Hey, look at this. There's a name blacked out here. I wonder who it'll be. Elon. Is that you?
I bid you welcome, fools.
Elon Musk has purchased Twitter for $43 billion.
Today, we're talking about Elon Musk and Wikipedia. Isn't that fun? Politics! Yeah!
Your name is Terezi Pyro. His honorable tyranny presides. On trial is an especially detestable fellow, this miserable bureaucrat. Lemonsnout is sweating bullets. Slap. Think again, good senator.
Let's talk about the phenomenon of SPAs. Single-purpose accounts are Wikipedia accounts who only edit a specific, often narrow, topic area. Say, for example, you stumble upon an account which has only ever edited the article on ladders as well as company that sells them. Textbook SPA. This isn't a problem in itself, but it is a sign of a user who has generally other issues that need to be addressed, namely COI and NPOV. In plain English, it's a sign of someone with an agenda they're trying to push. Sometimes a user is motivated primarily by personal incentives, holding shares in the company they're writing about, personally knowing the subject of an article, etc. Other times, they're an ideologue who is trying to slant Wikipedia's coverage towards their own viewpoint. For the Elon Musk topic area, it could be a mix of both. People buying and selling Tesla stock or individuals who generally share Musk's vision for the world. On the flip side of that is QRep 2020. He recently attracted the attention of r/Elon Musk. Both on and off Wiki, he's been called an SPA, accused of shorting Tesla stock, questioned about his identity, alleged to have violated the biography of living persons policy, and recently partially blocked from editing. I first interacted with QRep 2020 last year when I gave him a Barnstar due to his work writing the entry for Tesla Q. I've always been curious about how SPAs operate. How could someone spend 2 years on the same topic? So, I sat down with Reddit's Villain of the Week in an exclusive interview to answer this. I also asked him the important questions. Is Elon Musk a business magnate or a business magnet? No, sorry. Questions like this. Do you have any financial conflict of interest with Elon Musk? How has the negative attention from r/Elon Musk affected your editing? Do you still maintain that you're not at the present moment an SPA? How long have you been editing Wikipedia for? I mean, are you Aaron Green's? Have you ever seen the movie Venom? The answer to that last question, off the record only. To preserve QRep 2020's anonymity, I'm going to be running his on-the-record responses through a text-to-speech program. Please keep in mind, this was primarily an audio interview, so some of the context is going to be lost. Now, as juxtaposition is my middle name, I'm going to start with my post-interview reaction first to give you a better sense as to where this all is going to go. But I do think that I do owe it to this guy to give him something of a voice. Gosh, I'm getting emotional now too. Oh my gosh. He cares so much. It's so obvious that he cares so much about this. It's just I feel for him. I'm actually crying right now. These are actual tears. I'm just thinking about all the interview that we had, and it's just he cared so much. He just wants to do the right thing. It's Before we can get to how we got there, we have to sit through the rest of the interview. How long have you been editing Wikipedia for?
So I had an account a long time ago, in college, but have since lost the credentials for QRep 2020. I started in November 2019. I come from an independent researcher/journalist background, with a focus in tech and finance. I found it kind of fascinating how a group of critics basically spontaneously organized around a loose set of theses. and after reading them, I began to wonder if similar groups would start to pop up given the attention that this group had gotten. So, basically as I learning about this group, and anticipating that it was possibly the start of a wider trend, I wanted to put this research that I was doing somewhere public. I of course first considered writing my own articles, but then two things happened. 1, my editor didn't for the topic. 2, I learned that Tesla fans would harass even the journalists who were reporting about these and similar critics. Given that, I remembered that Wikipedia welcomes new knowledge even if it is niche and topical.
By the way, I just want to say, I don't think you're crazy paranoid. Like, I think these are all reasonable precautions to take, especially in a person in your situation. You do write about, like, the world's richest person. Do you still maintain that you're not, at the present moment, an SBA?
I maintain that I am not operating an SBA.
So, this is a chart of all the articles that you've edited more than once, sorted by how directly related to Elon Musk they are. Sometimes I notice some people who are like on the edges of, like, they've once criticized Elon Musk or they once got into a Twitter fight. You'll edit that page and then you'll attribute all sorts of things to that article. But mostly, even then, it's mostly just Elon Musk. I made a second chart though because I wanted to understand how much of a portion you're editing is really just Elon Musk. And so this is the chart when I weight it by how often you edit the articles. I just multiplied the amount of edits by the articles. Things that were directly related to Elon Musk covered 71.6% of all your contributions. Is that the behavior of a person with a diverse set of interests?
Honestly, I think these drafts exonerate me. Again, I started writing about a group that I was studying and then shifted focus to the subject of what that group had as its subject. Now, as indicated in the first pie chart, while I focused my writing thereafter more on Musk, my attention shifted in almost transitive ways to other, related topics of varying degrees of relevance to Musk. Following nodes and edges from the initial entities of focus, much like a crawling robot might scan a website, shows that I was taking my studying seriously and fastidiously, thus succeeding in knowledge building. The details, the minute connections, are what hold a knowledge building process together.
Well, I don't think anybody's accusing you of not taking this seriously.
Like I said, I took it a little too far. But I am glad that the results still reflected the keen and organized knowledge building that I had originally endeavored to do.
How has the negative attention from r/Elon Musk affected your editing?
I think it contributed to this obsessiveness that I keep going back to. It is one thing to read and witness the negative attention happening to someone else and then compartmentalize it, but once it is happening to you, you start to internalize what is happening and then it can bring out your baser, darker instincts. The more attention I got, the more certain I was that I was doing something right, and the more likely I became to dig my feet in and try to get across the information I was bringing. The more likely I would give in to this paranoia that maybe, just maybe, people want to bury specific information.
As some people did point out, on Wiki, and I'm curious with this response, did positive attention also contribute to, like, your justification that you felt like you were in the right? Because I know, like, r/stop Elon Musk spam, they were rather receptive to your edits.
The positive attention from the few Wikipedia editors, who basically stood up for me in the Tesla Q/Tesla/Elon Musk coin, did contribute to that sense of how I was writing for Wikipedia was right. though, I want to point out that their positive attention lead me to contribute in ways that I had not expected to ever, such as running the GAN for the Elon Musk article. GANs always looked like true hardships to me, but it actually was kind of fun.
It seems honestly that you're more affected by the things that your peers on Wikipedia said about you than anything on the Reddit. Having gone through that process myself, I know it's not easy, so you do have my sympathies there. Especially for, like, I can't imagine what it must have been like for, like, someone like Elon Musk, where, like, you'd have to demonstrate article stability in a way that's, like, nearly impossible. So, I agreed not to use any of the audio from his side of the interview. Therefore, I had to cut out the moment when he started to well up while talking about the good article nomination process, the GAN, as he called it. It caught me so off guard that I didn't have a natural segue to the next question, which was just going to be a silly bit I had planned. The interview ended with me asking what his plans for the future are, but I couldn't stop thinking about that moment. It crystallized for me with this one thing he said after I turned off OBS, I turned off Audacity, and he said,
I hope somebody who thinks I am pushing some sort of an agenda watches this and comes to a different understanding. And I feel like that's the best place to end it. Thank you for watching. Please give a like, subscribe, comment in the video. All of it really helps. We've been doing really well. I'm trying to do this weekly, if you hadn't noticed. For the record, he is an Alan Greenspan. Nowhere naturally to put that fact, but there you go. Yeah. Again, thank you so much for watching. Alright, bye.